To the casual observer, the emphasis on kata in the Matsubayashi system of karate may seem strange, given its reputation for explosive close-range techniques and its resultant combat effectiveness. However, it is the very heart of the system and must therefore receive a great deal of the trainee's time and effort. The Matsubayashi form of Shorin karate was formulated by Shorin Nagamine, principally from the teachings of karate masters Choki Motobu and Chotoko Kyan. Both were considered hard and aggressive fighters. Neither would refuse a challenge. Choki Motobu even entered a prize fight with a European boxer, larger and considerably younger than himself, to prove the value of his method. From this he emerged victorious, as did his friends, whose great confidence in and consequent heavy wagers on Motobu Sensei's fighting ability paid them rich dividends. The event received wide publicity through the pages of King magazine and was critical in establishing Okinawan karate in mainland Japan. Despite the pugnacious nature of both instructors, the tiny Kyan annihilated a heavyweight judo champion in a fight only weeks before his 60th birthday. Both were strong advocates of kata. They viewed its mastery as the path to strong technique, efficient body management, and psychological combat readiness. The kata are not simply a catalogue of techniques and the methods by which they can most effectively be combined. Rather, they are a means of developing a level of fluency in three-dimensional movement that is only truly evident in the advanced karate exponent, and which may be considered the very hallmark of genuine fighting ability. Kata performed by a person of true ability has undeniable artistic merit. However, it must never be allowed to degenerate into a superficial exhibition of karate for the purpose of pleasing an audience or influencing a panel of judges. Kata experienced internally is training for body and mind. Kata performed externally inevitably becomes an exercise in ego, pomposity, and pride. The student of karate is advised to make his study of kata a serious one. The deeper one goes, the more one progresses, and the quicker improvements are made. Reject superficial values and search for the true meaning of the movements. Use your mind as well as your body when you train, and you will find much of value that will be to your advantage. Remember always that it is the training that is important, not what results. The words and their meaning, not the paper they are written on. This is the third in a three-part series of video programs that follows the curriculum of Matsubayashi Shorin Karate, as featured in Shorin Nagamine Sensei's book, The Essence of Okinawan Karate Do. It is presented by the current headmaster of the style, Takayoshi Nagamine Sensei, assisted by senior instructors Makishi and Taira. The origin of this kata is unclear, although it is often attributed to Chotoko Kyan, with whom Shoshin Nagamine studied. Kyan Sensei spent around 15 months in Taiwan, then a Japanese colony, where it is suggested he studied Chinese boxing. Returning to Okinawa, he developed Ananku, supposedly incorporating what he had learned of the older unarmed art. Little is known of the origin of this kata, other than it was practiced principally in the Tomari district.
Welcome. 用意
Using an original Tomari-te kata as his model, Anko Itosu, the father of modern Shorin karate, developed the kata Rohai as we know it today. Rohai, meaning bright mirror, was a kata from the village of Tomari, brought to its present form by Itosu Anko, the Grand Master of Shurite. Funakoshi Gichin, the founder of Shotokan Karate, and probably Itosu's most celebrated student, incorporated this kata into his syllabus, calling it Meikyo. In 1683, a Chinese scholar, Wang Qi, spent 5 months in Okinawa, where he was much admired for his ability as a calligrapher. Tradition tells us that other members of his group taught Chinese boxing methods to the Okinawans, methods that are preserved in this kata. Wanshu was practiced almost exclusively in Tomari and is known to have been taught by karate master Matsumura.
One shoot.
The origins of most kata are lost in the past, and the secretive nature of karate training in years gone by has erased most records. However, Passai, in its many versions, has always been linked with the name of Oyadomani Peichin.
さい。
It is thought that this kata was formulated in the early years of the 20th century by karate pioneer Anko Itosu. From this older kata he created the minor form Goju Shiho Sho. Both kata, through Gichin Funakoshi, also passed into the modern Shotokan form of karate.
头就需要。
Shotoko-kyan learned Shinto from Kosaku Matsumura, and it was one of his favorite kata. It is distinguished by a flying leap and performed on what is basically a straight line.
진도
source of this kata appears to be a Chinese boxing expert who was a member of the retinue of Chuan Kuei, an envoy to the court of the Okinawan king Shoboku in 1756. It was the favorite kata of Gichin Funakoshi, the founder of the Shotokan movement. It is the most demanding and advanced kata in the Matsubayashi system, and its mastery is thought to take a minimum of 10 years training.
Go! Two. Hey! 型を I'd like to make a comment. 型はですね、ピンガン三段と空三空とかいろんなマイヤーシー点もあります。それからその前に
In the case of Ki, large karate styles have standardized kata and the points at which the Ki is performed.
空手の理念を参考にするために作られたものでありますので、本ビデオはあくまでも
Therefore, it's good to use books and videos that show the recommended method when studying the kata, bearing in mind that different teachers may have their own preferred methods.
あるいは眼球審査の時は本の通りにやっぱしみんな行ってください。そしてただし気合は、日本の武道の常識では大体攻撃の時は気合を入れると何回入れてもいいということになっております。
In Japanese martial arts, ki occurs at the moment of attack. However, even the greatest karate experts may disagree as to the actual timing and placement of ki in the kata, so it's generally best to use the standard method, especially when taking examinations. An important point to remember is that in the case of Pinan Sandan, you perform the technique like this. Turn like this and strike like this. However, when you perform kushanku, you turn like this and strike to the side, so. One is like this and the other like this. That's the big difference between the two. That's all about the kata. The practice of Kion Yakusoku Kumite permits the trainee to make a closer study of distance, timing, and movement. Training must be cooperative in the sense that the participants work with each other to develop these skills, rather than viewing the exercise as a contest. From these drills comes the ability to move and respond to an opponent intuitively. Throughout his long life, Shorin Nagamine was greatly respected and admired. As a student of Ankichi Aragaki, Chotoku Kyan, and Choki Motobu, and one of the foremost pioneers of post-war international karate, he was a bridge between the old and the new, a keeper of the traditions of Okinawan karate, and its most active ambassador. In the early days of his career, he was chosen to assist Chojo Miyagi, the founder of Goju-ryu, in formulating new kata, an unprecedented honor for one so young, and an indication of the esteem in which he was held. In the fullness of his maturity, he was honored by his emperor for his services to the culture of his homeland, Okinawa. The life of Shorin Nagamine was dedicated to service. As a soldier, police officer, councilman of the city of Naha, and always as an instructor of karate. His work allowed the art of Okinawan karate to spread from its island home to the four corners of the world without losing its intrinsic Okinawan nature. It is for those who follow to maintain the purity of his achievement and take it yet further.
The Dragon Associates website features everything from fast-breaking news to a martial arts store, information on the latest videos to back issues of Dragon Times and Fighting Arts magazine. For information you can depend on from the best instructors and martial arts writers in the world, visit us on the World Wide Web at www.dragon-tsunami.org. Dragon Associates since 1968. Tsunami martial arts videos are recognized worldwide as the very finest of their kind. Tsunami's dedicated production team has captured, in their most perfect form, the classical schools of karate. In doing so, they have produced a historical resource of enormous value to this and future generations. The best instructors, the best photography and sound, the best writing and research. Tsunami, the best martial arts videos in the world.